competence equals confidence. When you know what you're doing, you're going to walk into the consultation like God sent you there, okay?
Yeah.
So that's how I walk into my rooms now. If I had never invested in that class, I can tell you right now, I wouldn't be sitting on this couch. So that is why it's important for you to get a coach or a mentor, somebody who can tell you, hey, you doing it all wrong. Went back home and I immediately started making more money. Get on the flight without having the dress. Get on the flight without knowing A to Z. You don't have to know it all. Because when you make the decision, God makes the provision. A plus B plus C, everything just going to start falling into place. All right? But first, you got to give God something to bless. Okay?
Yeah. You might have to take notes on this bitch. Famous and wealthy. Today we got Kim in the building, man. One of the most successful party planners, man. She gets paid to party. How do that work?
Not only do I plan events, but I've created multiple streams of income around the thing that I love, right?
Yeah.
So not only do I plan the events, I also sell digital products, right? I offer high-ticket coaching where people pay me 10, 20, or even more for my mentorships. And then I also have a software.
Right. So how did you even get started into, like, party planning and stuff like that?
So, funny story. I used to be a teacher, right? When I was young, when I was young, I used to be in gifted classes. So, I used to be able to read to all of the kids, and I loved the way they used to, look at me. I commanded their attention. Yeah. So, I said, I want to be a teacher until I became a teacher, and the paycheck was not paychecking. Terrible, okay? Yeah. And then I ended up, I don't share this a lot either. Yeah. I ended up getting in trouble, right? So I ended up catching a child neglect charge. Damn. Yes. I dropped my son off to his dad and he called the police, whatever, right? Yeah. And so I got a child neglect charge. And so I was like, there goes my career, right? Yeah. I went to college to be a teacher, all of that. And so I had to pivot. And so one day, I did not have a lot of money. Right? I just Googled one day, what can I invest in? And inflatable bounce houses came up. So I was like, you know what? I'm a kill this because it ain't no other black girls in my city doing bounce houses. So I ordered those bounce houses, and let me tell you, I didn't
bounce house?
Bounce houses.
What is that?
Like inflatable bounce houses, like the big bounce houses. Me, a girl.
Yeah. So but in the house, you get in the house type of thing.
Yeah,
and
like
bounce. Like
people use it for parties, like the inflatable, the big blow-ups.
Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So they were hundreds of pounds, Kevo.
Yeah.
Imagine them being shipped to my front door, FedEx at my door with these huge bounce houses, and I'm like, oh shit, I done messed up.
Yeah.
I ain't got no truck. I ain't got no muscles. And but I figured it out. Yeah. And that business right now is a 7-figure. I've been able to build a 7-figure empire.
Wow. So how did you actually stay disciplined to get to the level you at? Like, do you have help? Do you have good friends? Do you have a boyfriend, husband?
So in the beginning, when my business was struggling, I was a whole one-woman show. So I was in a horrible relationship, abusive. Listen, my man was cheating on me. And that's like me, that was my weakness, okay?
Yeah.
My man cheating on me, having a baby, and I'm losing my mind. I'm showing up to the parties with a black eye. I'm showing up late, all of this stuff, right? But the moment I let go of that relationship, right? It was crazy because I was trying to hold on to him, child. I went through like a crazy depression, right? But when I came out of that, I started just pouring into myself, just saying, okay, I got to do better. I got to start doing better business. And then I attracted a good man. Right. And he really came into my life. And I'm going to tell you, I was down bad. I remember writing all of my goals and my dreams, right, on, because I used to make T-shirts. So it was like the cardboard from the T-shirt that I wrote with a little black marker. I wrote down all of my goals, and I put it on my wall with a thumbtack. Yeah. This man came into my life, and it was like he had an invisible marker helping me check off every single thing on this list, right? And my business just started taking off. I ended up getting pregnant, okay? And so I got sick. I couldn't work. So I'm like, I got to do something. And so I said, I'm going to make props. Posted them on social media, right? And people started saying, well, how do you make the props? Like, y'all, everybody already know how to do this. And Terrence was like, no, you got to do a class. Too many people asking you for a class. I'm in my living room, Kevo, scared, got tablecloths in the back for my backdrop,
Yeah.
smoke detector going off. But I did that class, right?
Yeah.
I did that class, and 3,700 people bought that class for $25.
Wow.
I ended up making over $90,000. And still to this day, this is why I love digital products. This is why I teach digital products. Still to this day, that class is still selling. But that blew my mind. And I knew that, you know what? That's the moment I knew I got to have multiple streams of income. Because having one stream of income is too close to none.
Did you ever, like, as far as ads, how much money you think you spend a month on ads?
Ads? This year, let me tell you, like this year, I said I'm not playing small. I'm spending $100,000 right now.
Oh, yeah, that's fire. Yeah.
And I wasn't the type to spend money in ads. Like, I was scared. Because when you first start running ads, you be like, child, this a scam. Like,
yeah, it is. Yeah. That's how I be feeling. I be like, damn, I just spent $400,000. I'm like, I be feeling, but at the same time, you got to think you're still getting your name out there too, though.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it like, because most people think like, okay, if I spend this $400,000, am I going to make $1 million? It's possible, but if you don't make the $1 million, you still got to look at it like, I got my face seen by all those people. Correct. That's a potential tap in later. You never know. You might go somewhere, they're going to be like, oh, I seen you. So I just work off of people saying that they seen me, and I'll be happy from there.
Different phases of marketing. And me, when I started, I'm like, listen, this ain't working out. But now I know, like, it's not even all about the money you make on the front end. It's the money you make on the back end as well. And now I'm more well known. When I go places, people like, you look so familiar. Yeah. And I just crack a joke. I be like, what? I look like Beyonce? I just crack a joke real quick. So, but definitely.
So, for instance, as far as you scaling your business for 2026, what's your goals?
So my goals are, of course, my event space, just being able to collaborate with more creatives, being able to pour into more creatives.
So as far as your mentorship program, break down a little bit about how would that work if somebody's watching right now and wanted to pay you right now to learn exactly what you're doing to be able to make that money.
So I teach them how to plan high-level events, how to get more premium clients, okay? Because people focus on, oh, I need a lot of clients. No, you don't. Yeah. You need fewer clients, but you need better clients, all right? So I teach them how to network, how to market, how to get in rooms. Because people got to know you so they can flow you. People asking me, Kim, how you doing events for K. Michelle, Benjamin Crumb, you know, Tiny, how are you getting these elite clients? Yeah. Because they know me, because I'm in the room, because I don't mind paying to play. That's how they know me.
Fire. So as far as what do you usually charge for mentorship?
So I have communities, okay? I have communities equals security. That's another thing I teach. So I have my community. I have my 0 to 100 program that starts at $10,000. And then I have my inner circle. So this is where I teach you how to really get into your digital bag, how to become a coach, how to sell from the stage, how to host conferences and all of that stuff, how to really leverage your creativity and turn it into cash flow.
What's the most money you think you made in a month off doing what you do?
Over $500,000.
Wow.
And amazing. I got into this industry. It's kind of surreal. Like, people don't believe it. And I'm like, yeah, I know you probably can plan an event. You know, you making 5 to 6 figures, right? But do you know how to get paid in your sleep? Yeah. I remember having to go out every single weekend to do events. My back burning, right? I need a massage. I got to recover. But now I'm into, you know, I got multiple streams of income coming in, okay? So I don't have to chase every single weekend.
So you getting paid to party?
I get paid to party.
So the girls that's like bottle girls and that's out here dancers and stuff, they need to be damn near tapping in with you so they can really get some real money because they just getting tips and stuff.
Absolutely. And this is a recession-proof industry. I don't care who the president is. I don't care what's going on in the world, AI, whatever, right? Yeah. Celebrations will never be canceled. Right. Even if you low on money, you gonna have that party.
So
I'm celebrating my kids. Like, we having a party. It's recession-proof.
So in the space that you're in, right? You know, I know you're making a lot of money, but it got to be some drama that happened. Like, what's the worst thing that happened in, you know, your field?
I'm going to say a fight broke out at a party. And At first, it was just them arguing. I'm like, okay, it's a little casual conflict. Next thing you know, I hear gunshots. This is a kid's birthday party, so I have to not only protect myself, but we're gathering all of the kids. I got my phone, FaceTiming my sisters. We running. Come on, kids.
Damn.
Sisters, like, y'all, it's a fight. They shooting. And so I just throw the phone in my apron, and I'm running. I got all of the kids. And one of the kids said to me, because her dad was a victim of gun violence, and she was so scared, crying, panicking, and she was like, I just don't want anything to happen to my mom. I already lost my dad. So it was just, that was one of the craziest moments.
So when you take in clients, right, do you look at that and take it into consideration, like, I don't know if I should take this client?
As an event planner, so this is something that I have started doing. You have to vet your clients.
Yeah.
Not only make sure that, they're a good fit for you, but you need to make sure that it's on both ends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do look at social media pages now and all of that stuff. It don't really matter about the money right now, right?
Yeah.
Because I have to be safe. I got a family to go home to as well. So, yeah, that's one of the things I have to do.
So, look, speaking of your family, right, are you married right now currently?
I'm engaged. I just got engaged. Finally, child.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So how is the household though? Like, is it good, 50-50? Like, is it like anything that's crazy with? Because I hear a lot of stories. I'm on a podcast, so I hear different stories. It's up and down. Like, everything good in the house.
I'll tell you this: ain't no man like the one I got. All right, he's a protector. He's a provider.
Okay.
When we first got together, it was me. Like, I'm scared to ask him for some money to get my hair done, right?
Yeah.
And he flying. He meeting me wherever, like, break his back for me.
Fire.
He is the first person, like, that spoke life into me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember starting my business, and he used to be like, man, you could be making $1,000 a day. And I'm like, you sound so stupid. Like, how can I be making $1,000 a day, baby? When I'm making a couple quarters right now.
Yeah.
But he spoke life into me, and he pushed me to that point. My very first workshop, right?
Mm-hmm.
He took me to the store, bought me a blazer. I'm in a blazer, and I'm like, I look like an old woman, right?
Yeah.
He was bossing me up. So he bought my first ticket to my first workshop. He recorded my first class, my first digital product.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And I was so scared. You know how sometimes we will let the fear just take over. I was so scared, sweating. I was like, listen, I really ain't got to do this. I was that scared, and he made me do it. And that turned into easy peasy. It turned into this 7-figure empire. Everywhere that I go, he's there. Nah, keep your heels on. Nah, say this, say that.
Yep.
Right?
Yep,
he is like my
a
coach.
Business partner. Yeah,
Correct.
That's fire.
Everything that he like. Kevo, my clothes, my hair, my wigs, shoes, I don't even go to the store. Like, he go pick out all of my stuff and come home with it and be like, try this on. He dressed me. My stylist today, they was like, I'm like, whatever Terrence say, just do whatever he say. No, take the lip liner from around her lips.
Right.
So ain't no man like the one I got.
You need people in your life like that, definitely. Yeah. It's crazy though, because I interview a lot of people, and I hear two sides of the story. So it is possible to meet somebody long as they willing to be partners versus, because you get into relationships with some people and they kind of hate on your success. It's good to hear, when somebody is trying to like be there for you and see you go to the next level. Because like I might meet somebody and then they will be like, well, what about me? What do I do? What do you think I do in that? What should I do in a situation where I meet a girl and she's like, well, what about me? And I'm like, I'm still working on myself. Like, what you mean? Or you're trying to help them out, but they feel like you're not. They rushing to get to your level, but it don't work like that.
That's why it's important for you to be with somebody who is in alignment with you. Y'all got to be thinking the same way. Like, me and him, we are best friends. Like, we really friends. We could talk about anything. Like, we best friends. I'm talking about anything. He be like, girl, I love everything about you.
For sure. So, how important is being a mentor and actually having a mentor as well?
I'm going to say this. You got to put yourself where you see yourself, okay?
Yep.
I remember taking my very first class, okay? And I was broke as a joke, stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck. I'm walking into that class with a bunch of high-level event planners, okay?
Yeah.
They asked me to introduce myself. And I'm like, well, my name is Kim Perryman with Inflatable Playables, right?
Yeah.
They looking like, what is an inflatable playable? Like, this is a high-level event planning class. Like, is this sex toys? Like, what is an inflatable play? Right?
Yeah.
And so being in that room really shifted the way I thought, right? I'm doing parties for $275. And I realized that it was people doing the same thing that I did, charging thousands of dollars.
Right.
I learned that I needed to have a design fee. I learned that I needed to have a service fee. I learned that I needed to increase my prices. And I'm going to tell you this, competence equals confidence. When you know what you're doing, you're going to walk into the consultation like God sent you there, okay?
Yeah.
So that's how I walk into my rooms now. If I had never invested in that class, I can tell you right now, I wouldn't be sitting on this couch. So that is why it's important for you to get a coach or a mentor, somebody who can tell you, hey, you doing it all wrong. Went back home and I immediately started making more money. I went back home, just the pictures that I took from that class. And I'm gonna tell you this. They said you got we're doing a gala after the class. You gotta dress formal. That's how country I am. I had to Google, like, what do formal mean and what do gala mean?
Yeah.
I did not have a dress. And this is why I always tell people, get on the flight without having a dress. Get on the flight without knowing A to Z. You don't have to know it all. Because when you make the decision, God makes the provision. Yeah. A plus B plus C, everything just going to start falling into place. All right? But first, you got to give God something to bless, okay?
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and things started falling into place. So that's why I coach people too, right? Because I know what it feels like being the underdog. I used to DM top tier vendors and say, hey, how much you charge for this? How much you charge for that? And they would leave me on red, right? But that motivated me to become a boss. I always say, when people sleep, what do? You wake them up. So those same vendors, right? I was speaking at an event, and one of those same vendors that left me on red, she was one of the judges. And she stood up and she said, listen, I know I can tell y'all right now, everything that Kim is saying is 100% true, because I've seen the evolution in her, in her journey. Yeah. So when people sleep on you, you need to wake them up. And how do you wake them up? By being better, by doing better, by investing in yourself. You need a coach. You need a mentor. It's a non-negotiable.
Yeah. So for somebody that's trying to do what you do, like, break down how they can do what you do and how do they contact you to be able to do it?
Okay. So one thing I want to say is, event planners, party planners, creators, why are y'all sleeping on this digital bag? I'm telling you, you are leaving money on the table. So not only do I plan events, all right, but I also sell digital products. This could be templates, journals, checklists, anything that you know. The third thing you need to have is a community, okay? Communities equals security. I don't have to wonder where my next, paycheck is coming from, okay? Because here's the thing. A client for an event, they're going to pay you one time, right? A community is going to pay you every single month, all right? And even with my digital products, so I have different digital products for every month of the year, okay? So the thing about it, people be like, well, Kim, my digital product's not selling. Well, baby, it's not in demand. So like right now, I know that it's graduation season. It's huge. It's big, right? So right now, what I'm doing is I'm marketing graduation designs, templates, mood boards, all right? And if you watching this, you should be doing the same. I'm hosting a free class online. I'm teaching people how to do this. So I give them digital products, and then let me tell you what else I do. I teach them how to automate it. So I have a software that helps you run your day-to-day business. So your emails, your text messages, people need to have an email list. Because think about it. The same clients that you served last year for, let's say, Valentine's Day, whatever event, you could be marketing to them, those same people, sending out a text message, hey, check out my graduation offers. This is how you skip the line. I don't care about my competitors because I run with strategy.
Right. Fire. So look, how could people find you, connect with you, and stuff like that?
All right, so how can people follow me? So you can follow me on Instagram, the letter E, the letter Z, the letter P, the letter Z _ party planning. So that's easy peasy party planning. And that can text me. Baby, should I give out my phone number? Because you got a lot of followers.
Yes.
All right, so y'all can text me the word party to 678 403-6408, and I am going to send you a link to register for my free training. I'm going to teach y'all this for free. How to get paid on your feet and in your sleep as a creative.